Let's do this! Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here in the Grave Cave. Today I'll be counting down my picks for the top 5 Mick Foley matches of all time. Not only is he a WWE Hall of Famer, but he's also a New York Times bestseller with his autobiography entitled Have a Nice Day, A Tale of Blood and Sweat Socks.
Oh hell no!
It's honestly one of the only books I've ever read. Since you know a little bit more about Mick Foley, let's get on to the list at number 5. This match took place at WrestleMania 22. The Rated R Superstar versus Mick Foley, the Hardcore Legend. This whole match came about when Edge lost his World Heavyweight Championship belt to John Cena when Mick Foley happened to be the guest ref. Edge blamed Mick Foley for him losing the title, and Edge, the Rated R Superstar, challenged him to a hardcore match at WrestleMania 22. We had appearances from Barbie, Thumbtacks, and Lita at ringside in the Rated R Superstar's corner. The match finally came to a close when Lita set a freaking table on fire, and Edge proceeded to spear Mick Foley through the flaming table to the outside of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The Rated R Superstar did pick up the win. However, Mick Foley had his WrestleMania moment. And on to my number 4 pick for best Mick Foley matches of all time. The Legend Killer Randy Orton versus the Hardcore Legend Mick Foley. At the time of this match at Backlash 2004, Randy Orton was under the tutelage of Triple H and Ric Flair in a faction called Evolution.
Bruh.
Looking to put himself in the main event scene, Randy Orton took the title Legend Killer. With the help of Evolution, he set aside on the Hardcore Legend himself, Mick Foley, to end his career. And finally having enough of Evolution's crap, Mick Foley challenged Randy Orton to a hardcore match at Backlash. Randy Orton learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't with Mick Foley. Not only did this match have an appearance by Barbie and Thumbtacks, it had a huge spot where Mick Foley tossed Randy Orton off the stage through tables. While Randy Orton did pick up the win, he learned a valuable lesson. Don't mess with Mick Foley, the Hardcore Legend. On to number 3. He's just a sexy boy, sexy boy. Shawn Michaels, the Showstopper versus Mankind. This match took place at the event In Your House Mind Game. Mick Foley, fresh off his stint in ECW, came into the company and the first thing Vince wanted to do was cover his dang face. His nasty face. Mick isn't that bad looking, is he? Dear old Mickle. This match is actually the most tame on the list. We had Shawn Michaels and Mankind going through the announce table. With no appearance from any barbed wire or any thumbtacks, they had a great war. We had great psychology by the announcers saying that Mankind was a psycho and Shawn Michaels was going to overcome the odds and retain his championship. And that's why this is number 3 on my list. On to number 2. Some of you will be surprised that this is number 2 on my list. Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring 1998, Mankind versus The Undertaker. This match contained 2 of the craziest bumps in WWE history. Not even 3 minutes into the match, we have Mankind flying off the top of the cell 16 feet through the announce table. Now, while I didn't watch the match live, I did think that the match was over. Mick Foley miraculously made his return not only to the match, but at the top of the cell again. They're back on top of the cell. The Undertaker goes for a chokeslam on top of the cell. The cage gives way. Mick falls 16 feet to the middle of the ring. Now I'm watching this, I think Mankind is dead. The match finally ended with a chokeslam onto Thumbtacks, which Mankind introduced. Right after he got the chokeslam to the Thumbtacks, in a magic moment, Mankind began to climb his way up the ropes, stand up again like it didn't do anything. And the match ended with a tombstone piledriver by The Undertaker to Mankind. 1, 2, 3. Number 1! This match is my earliest memory of watching the WWE. Everybody remembers their first time. The Game versus Cactus Jack Street Fight Royal Rumble 2000. Leading into this match, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon had taken over in their first run as the Authority. They proceeded to fire Mick Foley, Mankind, from the WWE. The Rock demanded his return. He came back. Triple H bleeding to a bloody pulp on Monday Night Raw. Now on SmackDown, Mick Foley came out while Triple H was in the ring giving a promo, and Mick Foley said Mankind is not going to be able to compete at the Royal Rumble. However, Mick Foley did have a substitute for Mankind. Baby! Cactus Jack. I pretty much thought Triple H was going to die. This match had it all. Cameos by Barbie, Thumbtacks, and the People's Champion, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Definitely the most hardcore moment in the match was Triple H's pedigree onto Cactus Jack, onto the Thumbtacks. Thumbtacks going on his face! It was crazy! Anyway, after the pedigree on the Thumbtacks, Triple H picked up the win 1, 2, 3 at the Royal Rumble 2000. You know what that means? Jack the Flamingo says it's time to sign off from the Grave Cave. Thank you so much for joining me here in the Grave Cave today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you have something to say, please leave a comment. If you really like this video and want to see more hardcore content like this, hit the subscribe button. Flair chopping that thing in the face. Woo! Thank you so much for joining me today. See ya!